Yeah. I felt that talking about the truth is it can be hard. To talk about truth is hard. To talk the truth is hard. Why? Why is it so hard to talk the truth? I remember well, when I was a kid, I learned a kind of a lesson that didn't really leave. It didn't leave me. I had done some bad stuff. Stealing or lying or whatever that was. I was confronted by my parents. Ole. Now this voice, Ole, was kind of an ancient voice that maybe stemmed from Adam and Eve. Adam, where are you? Where are you now? So I had to admit things that and it was kind of a relief to admit it. The hardest thing was carrying the lie with me. Carrying the theft with me. Carrying the false statement with me. I think that is the core of how hard it is to tell the truth. So I heard this, Ole, something that will never be torn out. Ole. It was this straighten up voice. Ole. It was scary, but at the same time, it was maybe a help. If I did something, or since I did something, it was an erection of my spirit to be able to do something about it. That was in this voice that called me Ole. Ole. Something that YouTube should remember. Because to say the truth. Because what makes it hard to say the truth if you have this perspective of by lying, by stealing or doing something wrong, false statement, is to come out with it. That's to show the shame in that exposure of that I'm a liar, I'm a thief, I'm a false sayer, I say false things. But it's needed to be contemplated, reflected on, because something in the voice that called me Ole. What is your name? I had this way back. What is your name? The Jacob. I am Esau. And yet again, he was asked, what is your name? That is piercing truth. So to carry that shame of doing something wrong, saying something wrong, is hard. And that's why people bury it. Try to throw it away. If you lie, if you say false statements, why would I be paying penalty for a false statement? It's a lie. False statements is something you shouldn't go around saying. You should be the truth. You should talk the truth. As so help me God. So help me God. So I think that the truth is something very penetrating, very bright. It's hard to look at if you have the shame in your eyes that you want to hide. You want to hide yourself. It's this penetrating truth that goes right into your heart, if you have any heart. Those that are used to lies will more or less not see the difference between truth and lies, because it is a survival mode. It is something you can survive on by telling a lie. And in some professions you have to tell a lie. It's deception and all this kind of stuff. So if you can't deceive, or if you can't carry that professionally, you wouldn't have that job. But if you can do it professionally, you may also be very clear on who you lie to. Is it some enemy? Or is it you, your friends, God? I think we need to pay more attention to this. To talk the truth. To talk the truth is hard. Because it is, as I have mentioned earlier, what could be more spiritual and more profound than the truth? People try to be very spiritual by acting in a certain way, but that is not spiritual. That is act. That is act. To be spiritual is to say the truth. And the Bible could be a lie if it's translated to a language that is, and they didn't pay attention to the details. It could be a lie. At the same time, the Hebrew Bible is the truth, because it contains the whole concept. It is truth in so many ways that we simpletons, we can't explore all those faceted truth. I have this yearly It is multifaceted, and every facet is right. It's according to its own item. It's every facet is according to its own way of expressing the light. So in Hebrew you have these multifaceted words, because the letters intrinsic have values, have numbers, have graphics to it, and that gives more sense to the words that they are saying in Hebrew than in, for example, Norwegian. So every other language is very simplistic, maybe also falsely and wrong, compared with the Hebrew language. I'm not a Hebrew. I have to admit, Hebrew is not my language, but how I understand the Hebrew language is so deep. They say that God created everything out of this Bible. The Torah was in the beginning. That's what we say about Jesus. He was from the beginning. And he was the letter. He was the Torah. So the Torah, as we see it, is the Messiah. So I can't go into details because this is not my area. It's not my profession. I'm a mechaniker as a profession. Who would know that some kind of a Norwegian old mechaniker that left his job as a mechaniker in the first place are talking about the Torah. But you see, I'm interested in all sorts of stuff, and the truth. Why is the Bible holy? Why is the Torah holy? Because it contains the truth. If you find some mistake in the Torah that doesn't match, that doesn't coincide with the truth, it will be deemed all wrong. And they say also on the Torah scrolls, if they make one single mistake, the whole thing is lost. You can't have a Torah that have some details that is not right. I was afraid I didn't shut this off. Well, so the Torah is regarded as spiritual because it is the truth. So where are we in that? How should we act? In a simple, very simple understanding, we should act truthfully. Our word should be something that people can depend on. Yet, it is written in the Torah, we are just breathing, we are just air. But we can be light. We can be light of truth. Truth is the light. As we regard it, it has different attributes. The truth is a light that shines and removes the darkness that is within and out. The reason that we can see something is because of the light. The truth. And it is, you see, the easy part of the truth is that I can easily I can easily claim to know the truth. Like the scientists, like the evolutionists and so on, they based it on scientific proof. But you see, all those so-called truth, scientific facts, is truth as long as you believe it. Soon it will change. What I wanted to talk about today was the hard task of saying the truth. I had an intermezzo in the town just some few months ago because the war in Middle East have started, and I felt very drained because I seemingly are very active in trying to view this in a way so I can write a little bit, say a little bit about it. And I asked, because the debate or discussion or accusation about Israel was very apparent, and I said, if we are going to talk about this issue, do you feel awkward talking about it, or is it okay? No, they said, it is okay. We can talk about it. Then I felt the liberty. They gave me the liberty to say whatever I wanted to say, as long as I behaved decently. Of course, that is something that is obvious. You have to behave decent regarding people that maybe aren't that knowledgeable and maybe aren't that informed or are better informed than me. That can happen. And since I've been to Israel so many times, I think that I know a little bit about the kind of words that are expressed in the media here in Norway, that to be false. The so-called experts, they say such a thing that it just is horrendous to listen to if you know better. So I asked, is it okay that we have this conversation, and maybe things I will say would not go alongside with you in a way that we don't agree? Yeah, it's okay. So I felt the liberty to say something without any hesitation. Without any hesitation. That was it. I did it without any hesitation, because it could be stirring up the feelings that people had. So I felt the liberty to say what I had in my mind and what I see as true. But I don't want to go into it because it is hard to confront people with the truth that you have. It can be both hard to say, but it is hard to take. As many people don't feel good when the truth is told, as I was, as a child. Ole, did you do this? And I had to say yes. It's a kind of a shame and honor to accept that you did it. I did it and I'm ashamed of it, but it is an honor to say, yes, I did it. So I wonder, as I said many times earlier on, why don't the criminals just say, I did it? Just to relieve themselves from years on in jail because they are proven to be guilty. I don't talk about those that aren't proven or aren't guilty. I only talk about those that know by themselves. Here, I did this, I did that. So I want to be humble, I want to be honest. I want to change my path. And the proof that someone wants to change their path is that they admit to the truth, which is obviously hard, because the shame in what they did, instead of blaming other people, that is the first stage. Eve gave me. And he said that, she did that, I did it because he and she, my parents, all those excuses. So you have this pride of why you did it, even you know well that it was wrong. You knew it was wrong, and it is still wrong despite your reasons for doing it. So the truth is hard. To talk the truth is hard into a criminal's mind. But it should be like honey into a truth seeker's mind. It is bitter to swallow the truth sometimes, I know, because I many times have had to change my take on it, my act on it, my saying on it, and so on. Everyone should consider how they express and do their thing based on what? The Torah is the truth, because it have this build up letter by letter, value by value, and it's a certain code that if they knew what to do with it, they would reach far out from where they are now. But people are blind. I have to say that, considering some of my ideas, I think people are blind. People are blocked. People don't take advantage of the ability, the truth. So in a certain case, if you have some guidelines on your wall, if you have some guidelines on your wall, like say the truth, act truthfully, don't go behind any. You have the 10 Commandments, in short. Don't break those. Don't steal, don't lie, don't come with false statements. Those are guidelines of truth, because it will keep you on the path. It's very easy to know when you are breaking something, that you have the knowledge that, okay, I did that, okay, I have to change, and I have to ask for forgiveness, because I most probably did something wrong to not only the person that was influenced or attached, but also to those that he or she may have told. So I have to erect my wrong as soon as possible. Look what is happening to those that wait to say the truth. It is to carry, as I started this video about, it is to carry the lie with me. That is killing me. I think to keep any lies, any theft, not to admit what you did and right your wrong. I heard about a man that was touched by some heavenly powers and he had broken into a record store and stolen a lot of records. And he said, this haunted me. I was carrying this theft. I had all these records in my apartment. Brand new records. And I was reminded, before he was not reminded at all, what is that? I did it. I may have been drunk and so on, but he was in his own spirit reminded of that doing. And he couldn't carry the weight of that theft. He couldn't carry it. And that was so detrimental to him that he had to go back to the store and many years later go back to the store and admit he's doing and deliver all the records. And I think the man that owned that store was touched, because who would in their right mind do that? Who would erect something that was maybe even forgotten? Maybe even the insurance had paid the loss. Maybe everything was in order. But for him personally to carry that weight of a theft and lies to himself. You can't lie to everyone and not to yourself. You have to lie to yourself too. So my friends, this is a hard topic. To talk the truth is a two-edged sword. It cuts you and it cuts the case. As Mr. Solomon did, he offered to cut the child in order to know the true mother. The blame game was ongoing and the sword was cutting into the truth, because the true mother said, just let it live, but give it to the other woman. She can take care of it. And the other woman said, no, just cut it so we can get each a piece. So that's the case. So you know where your heart is. Don't mess with your heart, because the truth is a piercing needle, piercing knife that you can't avoid. Thank you very much for your attention, and I wish to yet again bless Israel and ask of peace on Israel at last, and that the Messiah will come. Thank you very much, and I wish you a shalom day, a peaceful day, and be a blessing to everyone with the truth in your heart.